We're at the HVAC Seattle Investor Happy Hour, and today we're going to chat with contractor of 20 years, Luis. Luis doesn't know this, but I actually lived in one of the units that he did up in North Seattle, and it was incredible. I loved it.
Wow, that's fantastic. I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Luis, the first question we have is, you work with plenty of investors, from people with tons of experience, but you also work with tons of people who are maybe doing their first flip or DADU or remodel. How do you still provide a fixed fee in a contract while still protecting yourself and making allowances for them to do that tile change for the third time?
One of the things that I feel has been important for me to collaborate with junior investors is guidance. I have the capability to do design myself, and so we typically, in these circumstances, we provide them with the support of designing. It's basically a dance, that we have where we discuss all the different options. And so we basically put allowances for all of these items that we don't really know at the beginning of the story what it's going to be like. And then depending on the evolution of the project, we start choosing the different finished products, and then we adjust the price accordingly.
Even though they originally said they wanted that $3 per square foot tile, and they ended up with a $10 marble, you still have a way to help them understand. Luis, you have all of these projects running at the same time. You have all of these clients that want to know what's happening on their project, when is it going to be done, what are the delays, what tools do you use to communicate with clients and share schedule updates, barriers, things you need them to decide on?
Well, we have a few construction management software that allow us to manage the projects in multiple dimensions. We try for communication with the clients. This is a very important tool that we use in our operation, but we explain the clients that there has to be a limit as far as what time they send me communications or request information. We are trying to be as accessible as possible, but as you know, when you're managing so many projects, you cannot be responding at 12 at night to questions that clients sometimes get anxious.
You need to sleep.
Yeah, I need to sleep, right?
I know on my side, when I get frequent communication, like that daily or every 2 days, like you said, with photos, I'm not badgering the GC for updates, and the project goes a lot smoother. As the GC, Luis, you've built relationships with all of these subcontractors over the years. You've been doing this for 20 years. I'm sure you've had, at least once where a subcontractor has fallen out of the quality that you expect from them. How do you handle that situation? How do you talk to your clients about that?
I've been very careful about the selection of my subcontractors, but there has been situations in which, for some reason, the subcontractor is not being responsible, or they have some personal issues that they have dealing with. When there is a painter, when there is a carpenter, and when we have an extreme situation that we cannot resolve it by communicating with the contractor, then those contractors can be replaced relatively easy. Definitely, I will keep informed the client and explain the situation, and I think that's just as long as we explain the client the situation, everything is okay. But typically, I don't have to have those issues to worry about.
And Luis, that's why we hire you, because you've spent the 20 years finding and making these relationships with people that you can depend on. Luis, with all of your projects going, how do you have any time? How are you not just constantly texting, taking calls, emailing?
Well, we have a team, right? And that's one way to resolve that question. Nonetheless, I believe it's very important to stress for communication with all my clients, with all my subs and everybody. I clearly state to the clients that there is certain times during the day that we will be able to respond to questions that they have, but after that we will have to wait until the following day unless it's an extreme urgency. So that's how I kind of manage it, and I do that with pretty much everybody, right? This is as much as you can reach out to me before you have to wait for the next.
I think all of us could learn a lesson from that and set some boundaries. What's the most important thing about the GC and owner relationship that lets them get the most value out of the money they're paying you as a GC?
I think that one of the things that is perceived, I would believe, from the client is my commitment. I love what I do, and I believe that all the engagement that I had with all my teams members are based on loving what they do. And the clients perceive that 150% when we talk to them.
From all your other answers, it sounds like you are huge about collaborating with your clients, teaching them when they need to be taught, keeping them in the loop. And you also love what you do. So the product that you put out at the end is something that you're proud of. You enjoyed the process and you end up being friends with the clients. Incredible.
And they pay me.
And they pay you. All right. Thank you, Luis.
Thank you so much.